And we're back!
Yeah!
That's the best
I
segue
was,
we're gonna get. How's this look?
Carl dangles the lure in front of himself, bouncing it around. Flynn squints at it incredulously. I'm pretty sure his muzzle would be hanging open if he didn't have a toothpick in his mouth.
Jesus fucking Christ, Carl. What is that?
What?
Carl has tied the spinner in a giant, ugly knot, the string sticking out in every which way.
This is why I told you to fucking wait.
I guess
No,
Carl
you're-
had gotten impatient and decided to tie his own lure with, while Flynn helped me with mine. Flynn takes the knife out from his pocket and takes the spinner.
Jinx,
from
Carl.
Oh god.
Jinx, Carl.
And takes the spinner from Carl, scowling. Also, I'm gonna just quickly turn the volume down just a little.
Yeah, I just noticed it was really loud.
Yeah. Surprisingly loud. I didn't expect it to be that loud. It's not usually that
It
loud.
banging though.
I have it muted.
Well, good for you.
I'd throw this away if I didn't have so fucking few of them. What's wrong with you, Carl?
Carl shoves his paws into his pockets as he watches Flynn struggle with getting the knot fixed.
I don't see what the big deal is. It's attached, isn't it?
He looks at me and grins, shrugging his shoulders. I shrug back.
You made it so fucking big, it's not gonna spin right.
That's what she said.
Flynn's muttering
Shut
angrily
up.
under... Flynn's muttering angrily under his breath, squeezing his forearms to his chest as he tries to keep his fingers steady. Carl rolls his eyes and looks over at me and grins.
Why we gotta fish with these and we got an otter with us?
I'm willing.
It's not the point.
Flynn almost growls, prodding and poking at the messy knot.
It's about relaxing, and how's Chase gonna relax when you're around the whole time?
He finally seems to get a handle on the mess and starts tugging out the line.
And how am I gonna relax with you fucking everything up?
The line finally drops away from the spinner.
That's what I get for bringing a pothole on.
Hey, I'm straight right now.
Flynn snickers.
You sure about that?
Carl rolls his eyes again.
Ask Chase.
I sit on a rock as I slowly reel in my line, watching my spinner glisten under the water. Why are you asking me?
You have what's it called? Gaydar?
Isn't the idea that everyone has it? He doesn't respond as Flynn starts showing him how to actually tie the line. I come up empty and cast the line out again, listening to the clicking whir of the reel before the spinner lands with a plop in the middle of the pond. I was wondering if Flynn would go to fish, since we couldn't go to Emma, obviously. Turns out he and Leo found this pond 20 minutes outside of town, deep into the wilderness. Unsurprisingly, no one comes here, which is why Flynn says the fishing is good. There definitely is something calming about being out in the middle of nowhere, especially with the repetitive motions of fishing to keep you occupied. Finally, Flynn finishes showing Carl how to cast, and the ram launches the spinner out, almost all the way to the other side of the pond.
Careful, idiot. If you get it snagged at the other end, I'll whoop your ass.
Oh, lay off, Flynn.
Carl reels in fast, then casts out again, making a pew sound as he does. Flynn sighs before walking up next to me, watching as I reel in much slower. I feel a little self-conscious with the way he stands over me, worried I'm doing something wrong. Sure enough, he steps forward, his chest up against my back as he grips the pole.
Grab it above the reel post here.
He holds the rod, then grabs my paw and slides it up the pole.
That way you can really grip it when you catch something.
He's right up against my back, arms wrapped around me. I swallow and try to focus on the pole. Alright? I hear him give a low chuckle in his throat and I glare. Of course. He knows what he's doing right now with my paws on the pole. He's probably rubbing in what he said yesterday. I decide to respond by sliding my tail up against the inside of his leg, and I feel him shift against me, his chuckle turning into a grunt of surprise.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Flynn lets go of the pole, and Dan steps back as Carl watches us, his face screwed up in an exaggerated disgust.
Show him how to fish. Now it's your turn, fatty.
Carl pauses on his reeling. Did it not go through?
I don't know. Maybe there's like... Alright, let's see. It's not like we haven't done this before. Plus, I don't know if I want to be here. Cloaca on my ass.
Too bad.
I focus back on fishing, still feeling a little warm from the close encounter I just had with Flynn. I'm a little angry that he tried that, especially so soon after what had happened. I try to focus back on how relaxing the motions are, sweeping the lake clockwise as I cast out again and again. If I really did want to catch fish, though, I would be swimming in the water right now. It isn't hard to do. I had done it several times when I was younger in the reservoir. Of course, that's less relaxing, since you have to actively search for the fish, rather than just sit placidly until one bites your lure. I've never killed one before, though.
Careful, Carl.
I wince and look to the side, seeing Flynn covering his head and ducking as Carl's lure bounces and swings around above him.
You ain't look a fucking button.
Carl shrugs and starts to swing his pole around, trying to unwrap the line from his pole.
Well, if you weren't right up against my tail, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
I'm trying to show you...
Kapoo!
Carl launches his lure over the pond, so far that it almost lands on the opposite bank. It does, however, wrap tightly around a branch sticking out from a fallen log in the shallows.
Fucking believable.
Matt?
Yeah. Ah, shit.
He starts tugging and pulling, trying to get it untangled from the log.
No, stop. You're gonna have to walk around the edge and get it.
What? There's fucking cacti on the edges. No way in hell.
Too bad. That's one of my last fucking lures.
What? Come on.
Carl's shoulders slump as he looks out across the pond. I sigh and set down my pole and start stripping my shirt off, followed by pants. After I pause, I decide to take off my boxers too. It's not like Jen is here. It takes them a while to stop arguing, now about the plural form of cactus, and realize that I'm now nude.
Chase?
I'll get the damn lure. Just stop arguing.
Just wanted an excuse to give a little striptease, huh?
Shut up. We've all
I
seen each
believe
other naked. I do try to
Nope.
angle my hips away so that they can't see my squeak, squeak, squeak.
Alan
squeak.
died.
Oh, so Chase did die.
Oh, good.
Chase died.
Oh,
Hey,
well.
I'm not Chase,
No, well,
you
it's just
assholes!
Exactly.
Excuse you.
I hope he doesn't hear that.
I heard that,
yeah.
you fuckers! Oh, you better fucking believe I heard that! Alright, we are back after my internet decided to... What happened just now?
I don't know. Oh, Sam's here.
Oh. Okay, he's just watching. Alright, we are back though. My internet decided it wanted to be fucky earlier, but we're back. Alright, and you came in on a fun line, Sam. Don't worry, I'm gonna bleep myself. I do try to angle away my hips so they can't see my squeak and squeak. Which is hard to do considering I've got a pretty steep bank to wobble over. I manage it though, and pretty soon I'm sledging through thick mud.
Careful. I don't know what's the fuck's in there.
Didn't you say no one comes here? I don't get his response because I dive in right after that. The familiar feeling of water closing up around me, cutting off air and sound. Again, it's a huge relief to be back in the water. I drift towards the bottom. It's not deep at all, and the water here is a slimy feel that I don't like. Still, it's better than nothing, and I undulate slowly across the pond. It doesn't take long to reach the log that's as long... Wait. It doesn't take long to reach the log, as it's only about 30 feet away. I had to bob a few times to the surface to look around, though since the water's too murky to see through. I'm actually kind of starting to regret doing this. I try to remember if I have any cuts or sores I'm going to douse in peroxide later. And that's when one of my paws bumps the log, and I bob back up to the surface, wiping a paw across my eyes. I see the line glinting above me, some drops of pond water clinging to it. I reach up and grasp it between my index and thumb, and follow it to the branch. I feel Carl give it a few tugs.
Piece of fuck. Hey, Chase. Flynn says there's leeches in the pond.
I hear a loud smack followed by a yelp.
Don't fucking yank it around. You want to snag his eyeball?
I ignore them as I search for the lure. I continue to follow the line until I lean over the log and spot the spinner shimmering in the sunlight, the hook wedged into soft, wet wood. It comes out easily, and I carefully lift it, making sure I'm out of the way of the hook in case Carl decides to yank the line again. When I turn around, I'm glad to see that Flynn's got the pole now. I hold up the lure to show him and let it drop back into the water, Flynn slowly starting to reel back in. I go back in, slowly swimming back to the opposite bank. It's at that point that I see a silver flash to the right of my field of vision. I look over and see a fish, swimming lazily over some plant life on the bottom of the pond. I pause, and would have smiled if my mouth wasn't going to fill with pond water. It would be funny, after all this time with their lures and poles, for me to just pop out of the water, fish and paw. I swim over to it slowly, lingering to the side so I won't block the sunlight before diving down and snatching it up. I latch into my claws and keep it from escaping as I give a little wiggle of delight. It's been a long time since I've done this, but it looks like I've still got it. I turn and start swimming back to Flynn and Carl, and that's when I suddenly feel like I'm being watched. It's not the typical feeling, though. This is much, much more intense. I pause and look back over my shoulder, then forward again. It's pointless because everything's cloudy, and I can't see more than 10 feet. I sunk down to the bottom of the pond, both of my feet resting in deep muck as I crouch, trying to figure out where this feeling is coming from. It doesn't help that my head is starting to buzz, a tone building in my head that sounds like an orchestra tuning. I haven't been down that long. I shouldn't be running out of air. Of course, I should just swim to the surface, where it's bright and safe, but I don't, because this feels too familiar. I think back to when I was 12, playing in the abandoned school with Carl. I was hiding from him in a second-floor classroom when I felt this exact feeling. Intense, almost physical, like a hand was grabbing into the back of my neck. I look around again, then finally look down at the fish in my paws. And now I know where it's coming from. Before I know it, I'm whipping upwards, breaking through the surface in less than a second and swimming towards my friends. I stumble up into the bank, splashing water everywhere as I do. I'm not holding the fish anymore.
What the fuck were you doing?
I try to steady my breathing, hoping that they just think it's because I was down so long rather than me having freaked the fuck out. Carl's laughing next to Flynn as I start pressing my paws down my body, trying to speed up the drying process. What? Carl shrugs, but Flynn smacks him upside the head again.
You pissed in the water while you were under.
Great. Honestly, I don't really care right now.
I wouldn't worry about it. You didn't come up near it. There's probably worse in there anyway. Speaking of which, why don't you go up further stream and wash up? I don't want you bringing pond shit into my truck.
Okay. I sigh and pick up my clothes, just glad that they seemingly haven't noticed anything's off. Luckily for me, Flynn's parked right next to the stream, so it's easy to find. It's freezing cold though compared to the pond, so I get washed up quickly. I gasp as I splash the water of my body, shivering as I stand back and start squeezing the water out of my fur again.
Everything okay?
I jump and look back. Flynn's leaning against his truck, arms folded, watching me. I blush. It was easier being naked in front of the two of them, but for some reason, it being just Flynn makes it way more embarrassing. I turn back around, pressing my tail harder against my ass as I wave my arms up and down, trying to dry off. Yeah, come for a show.
Yeah. Always wanted to see the naked otter mimicking a bird.
Shut up, I'm trying to dry off. Flynn doesn't say anything, so I just turn around, not even bothering to cover up, paws on my hips. Okay, seriously, did you just come to see me naked? He hasn't moved at all, but he cracks a smile.
Maybe.
I don't let that trip me up, and instead thrust my hips out, legs spread. Well, there you go.
Got a towel on my truck.
He's still smiling, and his eyes definitely are on mine. Flynn has flirted with me before, even while I was dating Leo. I vaguely remember there being some altercations between the two. I make my way towards the truck, again trying to angle my hips away from him. You really know how to creep a guy out. I lift up on the handle, but the door doesn't open. Hey, unlock the... Something hard shoves hard into the small of my back, and I'm thrown forward to land with a wet splat against the hot metal of Flynn's truck. What the hell? Something tall, skinny, and muscular presses up against my back. Chills run down my spine as Flynn muzzles... we're getting closer to a scene where I'm just gonna start skipping forward.
Bear!
Alright, I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. I'll be right
Yeah, you
back.
don't have to worry. Carl's not gonna show up for a while.
Okay, cool.
As Flynn's muzzle snuffles into my ear, a low growling in his voice.
You really think you can just tease me like that and get away with it?
And, by the way, the same goes for you, Seb. If there's ever a Flynn line that you're like, nah, I really don't want to say that, you can either squeak over or you can go, no, just skip.
I can say it. I can say
Don't worry.
it.
His paws slide around my body, between the collar and my stomach before moving up my chest. I'm frozen that way, paws against the passenger window as I stare in shock through it at the truck's steering wheel, though I'm not really seeing it. There's a pause, and I think it's because he's waiting for my response, to see if I'll tell him to stop or not. I don't, though, and I lean my head back into his neck, feeling my entire body break out into goosebumps as he rubs at my chest.
Well, now, don't you?
I respond with a gasp as his sharp teeth graze across one of my stubby ears, his hot breath sending another wave of chills over my skin. Good for you, Sam. His hands slide back down, slowly feeling out my body.
Like, okay, sure. Acting like a little bleep. You didn't think this was gonna happen?
I stiffen a little under the remark and lift my tail up again between his legs. Wow.
Amazing. I wish I had something to drink.
You're one to fucking talk. Yeah, think how I feel about the fact that I can't drink alcohol at all.
You're like, I want to drink, but I can't.
I
Damn
can't
it.
escape the pain. But no, it actually doesn't really cause that much issues for me. The only issue for me, honestly, about this entire thing is having to say this to you, Seb. That's my actual issue with this.
Fair.
Oh.
I'm not completely sure about what's going on. If this is a spur-of-the-moment thing, or if he's just trying to prove a point. What I do know is that wow, okay, what I do know is that we both want it.
Let him do the work, first question. Let him do the work! Let him do the work! Let him do the work! Oh, sorry, the wizard's playing again.
Alright, I'm switching to something else for time being.
Oh, come back, Matt! He doesn't want to be in the scene.
I promise you, Matt, we're not going to actually read any of the sex scene. We're going to skip
Damn it.
past it. Look, Sam, if you really want, I can, like, fucking record the sex scene for you if you're really, for some reason, like, a big diehard Chase Flynn fan.
No, I just want... You just always skip it and I never get to... Never mind. I'll find it later. I could probably find it on what, like...
I mean, the game's literally free.
Yeah, so I could just play through it and be like, okay, and there we go. Okay, yeah, we can skip. Just let him do the work.
What's playing in the background for you, Sam?
That's the wizard. I was slapping my desk and the wizard activated.
Oh.
Because I swear, if you're actually gonna go through it, I was actually gonna open up better games.
Matt, we've gone through 3 routes, and there have been 2 routes that had sex scenes. Did we ever go through those ones?
I'll be real, I actually missed those.
Okay,
we
the
did
answer
not.
is no. I've never made us do a sex scene this entire time.
No.
Even when we do stuff in the smoke room, which is sex scene riddled, I always skip over them. I actually start plotting out what could I do to like make save states that would allow me to skip over sex scenes. Because no, I'm not gonna do a sex scene with friends.
That's
just a little bit awkward.
Oh yeah. No, like we would have to we'd have to make a lot of like ground rules first of like okay, this is going to be like probably we're all recording probably in separate rooms because I just feel like there's no way we could actually record it with everyone hearing each other and being okay with it.
Yeah,
No,
I see that.
Be way too fucking weird and funny.
Mm-hmm. Like that's the thing is, if we were to do it, it would be only as a joke, and like we'd be making up shit the entire time. And that's when he pulls out a knife. What? You know?
Oh my god, what's that doing in his pants?
Yeah, like that's the thing is I feel like we would make up something rather than actually read the sex scene. Either way,
yep.
I had 1 vote for let him do the work. What was your vote, Seb?
Fucking, I don't give a shit. I can flip a coin.
Skipping it. I was about to say we're skipping anyway, so.
Alright, well then we'll let him do the work. Okay, this isn't sex. I mean, it's sexual, but it's not the sex scene yet.
It's not the sex scene, yeah. I wouldn't call that the sex scene, yeah.
Flynn's not too bad with his hands. I want to see what he does. Flynn pauses for a second, as if he's having second thoughts, but after a while he goes on.
Oh? Okay, never mind. Damn, you're fucking hot.
Okay.
Do you want to read that?
I mean, okay, it's sexual, but it's still not quite there yet.
That's just a weird entire thing.
So the other thing that I'm thinking about is this. There's no way we're ever going to monetize anything from Echo. But I'm thinking more about the issue of, is there a scene in here that might make people go, no, this needs to now be taken down? And this is starting to skirt the line a little.
We may have to skip. We may need to clap and skip it and be like, we're back. You didn't miss much.
We'll see. Okay, that line's not as bad.
No, he's just complimenting Chase.
Yeah.
Wait, Seb, let's do as much of this as possible as if this was just like 2 friends just be like doing the like, nah, brah, we're totally not.
Nah, brah. Yeah. Okay,
oh my god.
Totally do that. I like skinny guys. Is that just the natural part of being an otter? I can tell you don't work out.
Hey, I still have to keep in shape. I swim.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't go on as he breathes into my ear again, making me gasp and lean my head back, biting my lip, whispering the entire time, no homo.
Boston's beers, hey?
Canadian all of a sudden.
Finally, he gets to my lower stomach and he pauses, waiting again for my response. Okay, we're not gonna say that shit. Nope.
No.
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 Okay, here we go. There's something mind-blowingly bizarre about having one of my childhood friends. Okay, never mind. I didn't see that fucking word. So now, 3 years ago, just before I left, this would have been insane. No way in hell I would have been okay with it. But now, something about the time we've been apart has made all of this okay. And incredibly no homo. I think about having...
Oh.
Okay, nope.
Nope.
I really should read more of these lines before I start committing.
Yeah. How about you let me read them, and then I'll tell you whether or not they're okay.
Okay.
Because I read faster than you. This is an okay line.
Flynn suddenly lets go, then grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around roughly.
Okay, we're still good.
Once my back is pressed firmly against his truck, he wraps my wrists and pins them up against my head. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah, we're still good.
With my body fully exposed, he looks me over, a hungry look in his eyes.
Okay, there's a part about the...
Well, you shouldn't say the word.
Whatever. It's not a bad word.
Just say squeak.
Fuck off.
I just stand there, feeling vulnerable under his gaze, especially when he squeak, 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 squeak. Nope.
Yep.
Okay, this is fine. His eyes flick back up to mine, and I look back at him. Then I give him a smirk. Flynn sneers back, and suddenly his head dives in. No, we're just gonna assume that's a no. Probably no.
No.
Yeah, definitely no.
Yeah, this is gonna... Yeah, no.
Yeah, Nope.
Nope. No,
I mean, this alone wouldn't have been bad, but when you put it in context with everything else, it's a no.
It's a no.
For some reason, I start to wonder if he's talked to Leo about me.
Yes, because Leo will totally tell him all your weak spots. Yes.
And that brings up all kinds of complications I don't want to think about right now. I shove it to the back of my mind. Besides, I know Flynn's weak spots too. Like the fact that you don't have anything defending you. Here, go, Dark Magician, obliterate! Oh no, we're just gonna say no. Oh man.
And now I put my card face down and end my turn.
Ha! You've activated my trap card! It's called Taking Off My Boxers. Leading into some really fucking weird sex scenes, bruh.
Jesus.
I grinned, feeling mischievous after having played that trap card.
Look, muted!
It's muted happened.
Whoa!
We're just no.
Nope.
Wait, what? You know what? No. Flynn's right. Leo was a stubborn boyfriend in and out of the bedroom. And no, we're just gonna say what? No, that's disgusting. No.
What? Oh my god! I know what it's insinuating!
Yeah, we're just gonna say no. No.
No, it's not true. It's being friendly.
Yeah.
He's extremely friendly with his,
No.
body, yes.
No. This is... All of these are blurred.
No one knows. So I'll just number, 2.
Alright, since no one else is saying, we'll just go for it.
Yeah,
Hey.
whatever.
I'm about to pull my paws out of Flynn's grass when he steps back. Okay, finally, I think we're out of the sex scene. Cause I hate to say it, the reason why I didn't skip this fully immediately is that it sadly is plot relevant.
Damn. Yeah, because otherwise you would have just skipped over and we would have been like, "Wop, we're back."
Mm-hmm. Well, I skipped over the majority of it. And the thing is, when it comes to the editing, I am probably going to be editing most of that shit out.
Ow, child bit me.
Well, then buy him back. Show him dominance. Assert yourself.
I'm hurting myself. I beat him.
He lets go of
He
my
does not care.
wrist. The expression on his face strange again. He's looking for something. I'm confused, still sort of slack-jawed as I stare back at him. Is that Hannah and DJ?
Yep. Yeah. Oh, they just they missed the best part.
Who's hitting on Chase? I don't understand and I don't like it. Shut up, Leo. Get out of here.
Leo definitely wouldn't have liked it. Yeah, no.
I'll let you know it was more than hitting on.
What? Just a little bit more.
Well,
it's fine, Leo. Don't worry about it.
I didn't say anything to Leo. Nope. Totally didn't say anything.
By the way, I'm
don't
just
talk to
reminding
Leo.
you.
This is not his room. Don't have to talk to him.
I'm just letting you know that Chase killed your friend.
No.
And then Chase killed you.
In another life.
That technically, yeah, that's only true in TJ's route. You don't know if that's true over here.
That's fair.
No.
Shit.
Slowly, his expression becomes more resolute, almost dark as he steps back further away from me, folding his arms.
Nothing. Just realized that Carl could see us. We shouldn't have done this here.
I remember this.
You had a free show.
He's acting like I started this.
Yes, like, what the hell?
I'm feeling self-conscious now that he's clearly not interested in continuing. I turn away slightly. One paw... okay, we're just gonna squeak that last word. One paw against the car as I angle my body so he can't squeak, squeak, squeak. I look back over my shoulder at him, feeling myself getting angrier. Hey, you're the one... But he's already turning around and heading back towards the pond. I watch him go, feeling bewildered, and maybe even a little hurt. Asshole. I mutter under my breath. Did he stop because he decided I wasn't up to his standards? The idea hurts even more because I imagine those are pretty low. I stand there for a little while longer, feeling like a complete idiot before finally heading back to the stream. I picked up all kinds of shit from smearing my body against this sturdy truck. I'll be sure not to let him take advantage of me again so easily.
One scene later.
We're headed down Elizabeth Street after dropping Carl off. The drive only a little awkward. Flynn's really good at acting like nothing's wrong when he wants to, and I'm totally fine with that right now. That's when I see a set of familiar ears through the window of the convenience store.
What hurt?
Hey, is that TJ?
Oh no, damn it.
Oh yeah.
Don't look at me.
Isn't that amazing?
Look at me.
That you got lines. Isn't that fun? Huh?
No, no.
Flynn ducks his head to look out my window.
Looks like it.
He flips a U-turn, which isn't a big deal since no one's on the road, and pulls up into the parking lot. What are you doing?
Stopping by to say hi?
Oh, okay. I guess I need to buy some stuff anyway. I look out the window so Flynn can't see the look on my face. I already know that this is a bad idea. TJ's at the register, and his ears flick in our direction before he turns to see us. At first he smiles when he sees me, but then his ears fall flat as he sees Flynn coming behind me. Jenna pokes her head from behind TJ, and now I know this is a really bad idea. They're both a little dirty, and TJ has his backpack on. I wave at them to let them know that I've seen them before moving towards the back of the store. I need to get some bottled water since I don't really like drinking from the faucet in the motel. hear Flynn say something as he walks up to them, and I suddenly hope that by the time I get back, everything will be magically resolved. Because the old corner market closed, this is the only place where you can buy food, aside from the diner. Looking around the selection, I can see why Flynn takes a 30-minute drive to Peyton to get his food. I grab a few water bottles and head back to the front. My hopes of resolution are dashed as I see the awkward situation unfolding in front of me. TJ's standing on the other side of Jenna now, keeping her between him and Flynn. No one's saying anything as I get to the register, the air tense and TJ fidgeting with his facial fur.
Oh no.
Did I just get?
We lost him. Yep.
Okay.
Alan, no!
How many times has it been so far?
No,
I
3.
think this is the
3.
third.
Yep.
Are you shitting me? I don't think we should, like, invite him over and be like, listen, Alan, how about you come over to our house where the internet actually works?
Yep.
Yeah.
How rude of them. They forget that I can hear them for a good, a minute. Well, maybe not a minute, but 20 seconds. That's so rude. Anyway, I'll pause it. As I pull out my wallet, I look over at Jenna. Hey, how was your hike?
Fine. Hot.
Ah. A red fox I don't recognize takes the $2 I hand to him. I feel Flynn shift around next to me, and then I hear him taking a breath.
Hey, Tej, did you...
Hey, Flynn. Did you forget what happened yesterday?
I cringe. Jenna's tone is sharp, and now I just wish I could turn invisible.
Huh?
Can't you tell he doesn't want to talk to you?
Flynn doesn't say anything. The tension is so thick in the air, I feel like I'm back in the slimy pond. The cashier fox pauses in handing me my change, staring at Flynn and Jenna. Thanks! I almost yell as I reach out for the money, as if the volume of my voice will make everyone forget and provide Flynn the opportunity to escape. It doesn't work.
We're not kids anymore, Flynn. You can't just treat us like crap and expect us to act like it's okay when you decide we're worth talking to again.
Flynn's hunched forward, staring off to the side, towards the back of the store. TJ suddenly heads for the door, and I can see his face twitching as he passes me. Jenna follows him, past Flynn, before turning around as she reaches the door.
If you want to talk to us again, then you're going to have to act like an adult and apologize. Otherwise, later.
She exits, leaving us in the most awkward, painful silence I've ever heard in my life. The clerk openly stares at Flynn. I fumble with the change in my wallet, trying to pretend like nothing happened. Do you wanna... Flynn turns and walks out the door. I watch him get into his truck, then pull out, his face expressionless. For a while, I stare at the empty parking space as I slowly shove my wallet into my back pocket. The clerk, without anyone else to stare at, is now staring at me. Annoyed, I look right at him. What? He stares back at me, expression vacant. Whoever wants it.
Huh?
He's young, but the patchy fur and missing teeth and the look in his eyes tells me everything I need to know. I suddenly realize where I am and where I come from, and this alone quashes all the good feelings I have left of this day. This fox in front of me practically embodies all the problems with this small town. I feel such a bizarre, intense wave of hatred for him that I have to leave the store. Pressing the 2 water bottles against my chest with one arm, I shove my free paw into my pocket, staring at the ground as I walk back to the hotel.
I'm sick of him thinking that he can do whatever he wants without any sort of consequence.
Jenna rustles around in a drawer before using her hip to close it with a snap as she turns to me.
I'll apologize to him once he apologizes for ruining the trip.
I open my mouth, then close it again. Of course asking Jenna to make up with Flynn is a lost cause. It's like asking Carl to take off his beanie, or asking Hannah to ask Carl to take off his beanie. I remember how incensed you were about that, Hannah.
Yeah, I was like, no, but that's a part of him. It's like, no.
Sitting on the bed, I glance at the bathroom door. Faint sounds of TJ's showers coming from within. I hear Jenna sigh before the bed wobbles as she takes the seat next to me.
I'd probably feel that if he hadn't fucked everything up already.
I rub the back of my neck with a hand, trying to think of something I can say to convince her. It's just that Flynn is always like that. He doesn't mean anything bad.
Yeah? Well, I'm sick of having to deal with it. He needs to learn how not to talk like an asshole.
This is one of the reasons why Flynn never fucks with Jenna, or really says anything to her at all. She's kinda exempt from the whole unspoken pact that we made just to let Flynn's dickishness slide. Even sensitive TJ accepts it and takes the playful ribbing well enough. I hear the shower shut off, followed by the high-powered whoosh of the hotel's cheap dryer. Being a lynx, TJ probably has to stand in that thing for a good 10 minutes before he was even damp.
We're adults now. If he wants to get anywhere in life, he needs to shape up.
He's getting along alright. Jenna snorts.
Yeah, if he's planning to stay here for the rest of his life.
I mean, what's wrong with that? I can tell Jenna's giving me a look, but I don't give her the satisfaction of turning my head to see it.
Seriously? Anyway, it's clearly a defense mechanism. He feels vulnerable without his I'm an asshole blanket.
Aw.
I mean, you're not a psychiatrist yet, Jenna.
I'm not going to be a psychiatrist, but you don't need a psych degree to see it.
I don't respond, not seeing the point in arguing about Flynn any further. Jenna stretches, then gets up to go over to her laptop on the small table, while I lay back on the bed, closing my eyes. Absent-mindedly, I pull my phone out, discovering a text from Leo.
I forgot to tell you what we were...
Read it properly.
I'm sorry, it's very small print, alright? I forgot to tell you that
No. That's not forgot.
I forgot, though.
It's forto.
Forto.
I forgot to tell you.
What the fuck was that voice?
Sounded Italian.
I forgot to tell you, you know. Alright, I'm good, I swear. I forgot to tell you. We're gonna be on this scene for a while.
10 minutes later.
I enjoy that he does do typos because I suck at typing on my phone. I forgot to tell you that we're having a surprise party for Carl tomorrow.
I frown and type out a quick response. You're telling us this now? It's not until next month.
What's up?
Jenna's looking up from her laptop at the expression on my face. Leo says we're having a surprise party for Carl tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
You knew?
Well, yeah. Leo told us on the drive back from the river.
My phone buzzes again.
Sorry, but we're going to go to the store tomorrow and get some presents. So don't worry about it.
I frown. This is kind of weird. A whole month early? Jenna shrugs and looks back down at her laptop.
Something to do, I guess.
I guess. I type another response to Leo again. I have a lot to do tomorrow. I was planning on to get some footage in the morning.
Leo's always been weird. Do you follow any of his accounts? He's always posting pics of his food and stuff.
My phone buzzes again.
I guess I can get the present for you. But you're definitely going to the party. And then we're going to go out to see a movie.
I suppose that doesn't sound too bad, as long as I'm able to get something done for my project. Something is still bothering me about the whole get-together, though. I can go to the party, but I might need to stay and do more project stuff. What about Flynn? I send that one with some hesitation, feeling like me and Leo are conspiring behind Flynn's back. Then I remember what I did behind Leo's back with Flynn, and my toes curl flexibly in the cringe.
Now that's what you did behind Flynn's back. What?
Yeah, technically it's none of Leo's business what I do, but it doesn't change the feeling of wrongness I have about it. I toyed with the idea of texting Flynn as well, but knowing him, he probably won't respond right now.
I am sorry. To you, at least.
I look up from my phone at Jenna, who's clacking busily away on her laptop. For what? Her typing pauses.
Because pissing Flynn off like that is just going to make this an even shittier vacation.
I sigh and look back down at my phone, waiting for Leo's response. Well, I don't know. I guess you need to hear from someone. My phone buzzes again.
I had a talk with him. It's fine.
I'm about to say something else to Jenna, but I can hear TJ starting to open the door, so I just shut my mouth and close my eyes again. We did it, guys! We got through Tuesday!
Yay!
Which, by the way, I looked at our old saves. This is the furthest we've ever gotten to Flynn's route. We never
Correct.
finished Tuesday before.
Correct.
Yay!
Yay.
I remember Tuesday. That's for darn sure.
But the thing is, what's hilarious to me is that we, got all the way to the sex scene. I know we did, but we didn't finish the day, which is hilarious.
I do actually remember that 7-Eleven scene.
I remember the 7-Eleven scene too.
I guess you think, and that's the thing, is I checked my saves, and we got all the way to the hotel, and that's it. We just stopped before we actually finished the day.
Huh.
Anyway, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.